What's going on, guys? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to drop you. Let me just give you a quick little cleaning here. Webcam gets so dirty because it gets moved around so much. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks good. He's crooked, but he's good. It's not gonna stay that way. It'd be cool though. It did. Stare at the camera. Okay. Well, happy Sunday, everyone. We are back here with another live stream. I don't quite know what I'm doing today. I actually wasn't planning on live streaming, but I just finished up my edit, so I was like, well, I haven't painted at all this weekend. That's probably to my detriment. I did so much painting last week, and it was so nice out this weekend. Actually, I did go outside yesterday. Today, I just worked on editing. But that being said, we're going to work on a few paintings tonight. We'll probably only work for about an hour, and then I'll move on. But I do want to get some things started, talk about upcoming projects and things like that. This week, I haven't even started on our project, so I kind of want to get that sketched out and draw that one in, have some fun with it today, and maybe, take some chances and kind of don't do what I always do. I really just kind of go for it and paint the painting. Usually I try to overthink it. And I have enough paintings sitting here that are being overthought, so I don't need that to happen anymore. I just need to go with it and make it work. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to paint some paintings, have some fun with it. So yeah, thanks for stopping in and checking it out. The chat is up. Oh, both chats are up, hopefully. Although I never get any YouTube chats. Wonder why that is. Both chats are up. All windows are running correctly. I still need to download streams from this last week. So make sure to do that, or maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell if making recordings is useful right now, or if it's just more confusing than it's worth, because I don't have time at the present moment to make things, and am I just collecting information that's going to be a problem later? I don't know. Hold on. I feel twisted. I don't like that feeling. Okay. All right. So let's get down to it. Let's jump over into the studio. I don't know what we're doing, just talking about things. Nothing to talk about. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Oh, did I mess that up? Okay, we're live. Wow, you can definitely see the mic today. Let's move that back out of the frame. Our mic guy is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Holding the boom in the right place. Okay, so let's get started. We have a bunch of projects that are in process, but I don't really want to work on those today. I kind of want to just have a little bit more fun and play with our copy painting, which I think is kind of funny and will go well with the UFO look, and everything will go great if we can get this thing to work. So now's the time just to kind of copy it down and copy it down. But that's what we're going for. End result is that. Oh no, I ripped it apart. You would think that wouldn't be so strong because it's just like regular tape. I think this would be a pretty funny cartoon, so we're gonna go with this. I should really get this for like just so we know what we're kind of looking at, so I don't have to draw it so much by hand. But we don't have to do that right now because I want to paint a blue sky. So we're going to paint a blue sky first, and then if we want, we'll do the copy method. I don't really need to do a super copy method. I just need it for dimensions, really. Although, let's take a look real quick while we're here. And let's jump over into the desktop. No, not the desktop. We need to jump over. Oh yeah, we do need to jump over to the desktop. But we need to be showing our screen capture, which is that. Because who wants to watch at the infinite loop of Twitch? So here's your screen capture of Orocopy. But what I want to see is this versus a giraffe to see how tall we actually. What's our height difference? It doesn't have. So it's like half the size. So we would see a little bit more of the giraffe, we would assume. Sorry, there's a bug flying in here for some reason. So for him to be on stilts, I don't know. I kind of like the drawing I have. I could make it very realistic. That could be a way to go, but me, I don't know if I want to do that. So let's go back to our studio. And I'm going to do some crazy sky, hopefully. Hopefully this looks right. And we're gonna brush it in with a couple different brushes. I'm going to try a couple different techniques since I do have a few 2-inch brushes laying around. I got some water. I got a 4-inch brush. I got another 2-inch brush. I had some like really coarse 2-inch brushes I kind of wanted to try, but I don't see them here at the moment. 4-inch brush, 3-inch, 1-inch. And the 1-inch brushes will be good for doing the blending lines, but kind of want this one to be like Simpsons light blue. I wonder what this teal, do we know what this looks like? Let's give it a little bit. Oh no, we have the squeaky dryer problem. Hope you guys can't hear that. Bet you might be able to. See what color blue this is. It's quite a teal. It's really not light blue. Okay. What should we do? What should we do? Let's turn on some music so we don't have that squeaking sound in the noise background, because I really don't want that in the background. It will stop eventually, but just enough not to drive me crazy. Let's see. DMCA.
Great skin.
Oh no. not doing ads either. No free ads on this channel. Skip. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that covers it up a little bit. Give you a little bit better things to listen to than the squeaky dryer. Okay. Our plan here for this next part is to kind of do, what do I want to do? I want to do a fade. I really want to just do it all straight light blue. I don't know what to do about that though. This blue is too, because then I gotta mix a decent amount of light blue. Now luckily I have a bunch of caps here that I can use. Here we go. So I don't even know what to mix. Well, let's just hit it with that light blue then first. I'm gonna do a mix and match. We're gonna try to thin it down with a little bit of, so just for example, I'm using, well, let's zoom in. Using the golden teal. And, well, you can barely tell anymore because my hands are always a mess when I use this one. We're using the titanium white. Just the sounds of the city. Just the sounds of the city. I also live next to a police station, which also is great cover. No, that's not what I was gonna say. It's you just have police cars go by all the time. That's always a little bit of a problem when you're trying to run audio. It's like a green color. Okay, that's not what we're gonna need. Let's try to drop some ultramarine blue in there too to kind of mix it up a little bit. Oh dear. We're gonna be making some fun color today. Whoa. Again, golden ultramarine blue is what we're using here. We're just painting background today. Still just trying to see what color. I can mix this with a brush, but every time I mix it with a brush, I lose so much paint in that brush. So, just using a stick, or I'm using a palette knife. Still on the green side. So more blue. Give me moss blue. And I actually have this in pigment and paint too. So if I didn't want to use the high flow, which is also choice, I want to just give it more depth, I'll just add a little bit of the ultramarine. And I can probably turn it a nice light blue color. And if I can't, well then, that's just too bad. I don't really need to use all the size brushes because I really just need the one. just get the brush a little bit wet because I just want it to beat a little bit of the, I don't want it wet enough to mix with the paint. What I want it to do is just be wet enough so that it doesn't absorb all the paint. You know what I'm saying? So damp. I was going to try to paint with the wet on wet technique. This is still looking too light blue for me. Or not light blue, too green. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how this. So here, I'm going to give it a good, just a light coat of wet. And we're going to see what the difference is between applying this golden paint wet versus this golden paint on dry paint. The squeaking has gone away a little bit. Eventually it gets going. Then it's not so bad. It's alright, the light blue's okay. Now I've gotten a little bit of water down here just to moisten up the paint a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of our color and we're just going to start adding our color down here. Just light strokes. I'm going to see what the difference is between our two techniques. Our dry technique. Oh dear. Oh dear. Palette knife making a mess. Let's put that over there. So this is our wet technique. We get a very watercolored style, but we mixed a lot of different colors and textures of paint with the high flow titanium white as well as our liquid acrylics. So I don't know what we were trying to expect, but definitely once we hit the spot where there's no water, we're definitely getting a different texture here. It's a little bit harder to lay the color down, but the color is absorbing a lot better than where we just had our water. This might be a good technique just to, like, if you are doing a lighter fade towards the bottom, that you do, you know, wet your canvas. That way you can fade upwards, and we're going to try that right now since I don't really care what this canvas looks like. I kind of want it to be a little bit more blotchy. Give me a natural kind of cloud look. And then gain density and color towards the top, really. So we're kind of moving in the right direction overall. Thanks for watching, everyone. What's up, Wolf? Yeah, copies are cool. They're kind of weird, but they're cool. And I think my mom was right. I have seen one in the zoo. So we're gonna run out of this blue quick here. When you're doing a full cover, you gotta remember to mix enough blue, but I'm okay with what's happening here because it's giving us a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a streaky sky, which is okay, you know. Skies have some streaks in them. You just got to keep the brush strokes going in one direction. We're in the same two directions, left to right or up and down, but for this one we're going to go up and down. I'm running out of paint here. And just while I have it, I'm going to do a quick edging before I run out all the paint, because I hate mixing paint to do the edges. It is annoying and time consuming. It's just not worth it. So if you can get it done here in this step, much better. But it's terrible because at this lighting I can't really see what I'm painting, so I don't have lights behind me except for my red and blue light. That's actually like a grow light which doesn't what that does is that looks like a black light in reality, so everything turns either neon or just this weird shade of purple. Okay, here we come. We're coming around the bend. We're just making sure that we're painting all of our blue in. Sorry if you guys are getting a real close-up of that, but that's just how that's going to go right now. And I'm not super worried if I get a little bit on my mat here. We're just going to take care of that, but I do want to put some pigment onto the edge here as well. This is not the greatest for my brush really, but we're just gonna do it. Okay, we're good. We did all sides. Now we could either prop this up on a couple paint things, which sometimes works, but most of the time does not work. It's okay. Oh, so close. So close. What I should do is, there we go. Still have a huge blob of that teal where I originally had the teal. Maybe I can try to blend it a little bit better. I hit like a spot of white there in the mixture. I feel like I should mix more blue. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry guys, I gotta do a little bit of readjustment, which will be fine for everyone who's at home, but because I painted the sides, what I want to do is I'm gonna grab my Disney Wonderful World of Knowledge books. I'm gonna put them underneath. I'm gonna grab my Wheel of Fortunes and such. I'm gonna put that on top, and what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna center this off so it's floating. Okay, good, perfect. Yeah, they have super oily hair that like looks velvet, which is great for an artist when you're trying to paint velvet. What does velvet look like? Velvet almost is the same as trying to paint frost. It's like, what? You want me to do what? Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Now we're gonna try same technique, but instead we're gonna use the ultra blue. I don't even care because that didn't come out the greatest. So we're gonna use the white, high flow white, decent amount of it, with some titanium blue, ultramarine blue, both high flow colors, and then we're going to find our paintbrush where we've nicely stowed it away. We're gonna mix. We're gonna mix here. We're getting more of a periwinkle blue. It's not the blue I'm looking for either. Maybe I am looking for more of the teal blue. Look how light that is. It's not what I want. Now I need to drop some teal in there. Great. Damn, that teal is so thick. It's like actual paint. Or like the ultramarine does not seem to be like that. Look how teal that got. It like goes from 0 to 360. I don't know what's going on. That's okay though. We're gonna come up on the in-between. Okay, I'm gonna leave it a little unmixed because I want to experience both colors. I'm probably like sprinkling my monitor with a million different specks of paint right now, but that's okay. We're doing it for the stream. Oh dear, it's moving a little bit. That's okay. We're gonna handle it. Kind of want to hit this with a little bit of, I got a little bit of golden additive that I'm just gonna put in this because I think it's just neutral, it's just clear, which I would be interested to use. This stuff's kind of old too. Just an additive to kind of help. Oh, that looks like it changed its color a little bit. Alright, I think the edges are dry, but this still also helps me not get paint all over my desk. Because it's not the easiest to clean up. Unless I do it right after and I do most of my cleanups right after the sessions or these live streams, but sometimes it's still just easier not to clean up so much. So I want to go down a little bit in color here. Try not to get my overalls all painted white, but eventually, and it's always white spots, you know, it's never like, let's put a orange spot, you know, will drip on your pant leg or your crotch. Great, okay, orange is fine, it looks like paint. But like, you just drop white spots on your pants all the time, and your lap is like the best place to catch everything. It says, hey, look at me, throw everything to me, and you're like, no, I don't want to. So it's just kind of the haphazards of being a painter. Is that you're always up to constant deflection. You should really just wear like a napkin over your lap, and that would make just everything better. I like how this is covering much better. I know I'm getting in there with the white down here. We're getting lighter as we go down, but I think I'm just going to do that to add some clouds actually. What I want to do is get as much blue as I can here. Get this blue. And then I'm gonna come in and blot in some white. Wonder if I dripped white. Oh, I can't, because I closed it like a human being. Could I? Bob Ross does them like this, but he does them with the fan brush, I think. Let's try the fan brush. I don't try the fan brush very often. I always want to, because it's such a cool looking brush, right? Like this thing. But he says when you do, I watch a little bit of Bob Ross, just because sometimes, like, I want to know things. This could work terribly, and if it does, we're just gonna paint over it. But basically, he does. What does he say? He does them like this, and then he does them. I don't know. He makes clouds somehow with these fan brushes. I think he goes, and then he says he comes back in. No, maybe not. I don't know. I know there's a technique to making clouds though, that he does. I just don't know that technique. I mean, it kind of looks like clouds. It looks so much better on camera. Okay. Maybe I didn't get the best fan brush, okay? Maybe that's what it is. Because my fan brush doesn't seem to be fanning out. This I also bought on Amazon, so if we want to know where to not get these products, we can talk about that too. Me, doesn't really matter. But let's think about what's happening here. We need to put our thing on stilt. It needs to look high like the clouds though, like in reality, so it can't like not look high. We need to put some clouds up here. I don't know how to use a fan brush. I should have watched a tutorial, but tutorials don't happen in the moment. So here we are. You're watching me struggle with this fan brush. I know he does like a movement. They all go this way and then he comes back and they all go this way. And makes a cloud. That Bob Ross, he's always doing something. I like it, but I don't like it. I wonder what would happen if I just gave it a quick dry brushing. Help me like round out these. A little bit of water and some dry brushing. Help me give some life to our clouds here. Could be ruining it. Probably. Alright. Whoops. We've fallen. And like if I hit it with this this retarder, I wonder what it does. Will it loosen up the paint on the canvas? It does, but in like the weirdest way. It's like just too small to be in there for real. Now I'm getting I don't know what to do next. I'm just gonna add some white here. I'm just gonna call it. Clouds are, you never know what they're gonna look like, but you do know that they're gonna be more white on the top. So we definitely need to do something like that, you know. And something like that will work. Clouds in the back. Whoa! Told you. Falling all over the place. Like I can't tell if it's looking worse or better. Does it matter? I don't know. And we need to draw our giraffe in there and then our stilts. But I guess for now, since we're just gonna wait for this thing to dry for the most part before we can put on the rest of it. That looks alright. I like it. It's well covered at least. So we're going to just set that down to dry for a second. Okay. And I guess we can move on to doing a different project, or we could read a book. I keep thinking about doing a Cat in the Hat book. These are pretty cool. My hands are so messy, I probably shouldn't be playing with these books. The 1990 at a glance. January 7th, it was reported, let's have a look at this. January 7th, it was reported that recently discovered dinosaur fossils may disprove the long-held theory that the Tyrannosaurus rex was the largest meat-eating dinosaur. The fossil found in Colorado were a dinosaur called the Empaterius amplexus. They indicated that this dinosaur was as big as the biggest Tyrannosaurus Empaterius. Lived 3 million years before the Tyrannosaurus. It weighed about 4 tons and nearly twice as long as a school bus. Its jaws were expandable like those of a snake, allowing it to eat animals as big as cows in a single gulp. Wow. Now that I got paint all over that book, and we did some educational reading. Whoops. Did I shut us all down? I did not. And that's good news for everyone. Okay. Man, the desk is a mess today. It's not really. It's really just a couple things out of order. Yeah, like in other news, I got a lot of artwork filed away, so now if I wanted to go back and look for things, that's good. We're waiting for that to dry. Let me make sure I throw all the brushes into the water. The little tiny drawing, the ink pad's getting some love. I drew a little tiny skull with a third eye with Mars almost like a Mars Attacks body going on over there. Then over here there's a little pig who has an arm that's pointing up coming out of its snout for some reason. And the weirdest overbite Lego head coming out of his butt. I also did this cool little bird, which I like. Might turn him into a sticker. I don't know why I like him, but he looks pretty fun. Anyways, the doodle page looks cool. And those are always fun to look at. I get some work done on them. I think they're more interesting than the paintings sometimes. Okay. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to say that. Let me just... Oh, did I not pause the music for you guys while I was reading? I guess I just turned it down. That's a major flaw. Alright. So, blue is being blued. White is dripping everywhere. I'm a mess like always. There's that. I can put the blue back. Alright, and some of this stuff can go back as well. We need that. We need this. This we still need for reference. My markers could get fixed a little bit just so that they're not so crooked. Okay. So what should we work on next? The next part of this project would be, I have a lot of things I could finish up. And that can be worked on. For instance, you need to finish coloring in the chrome for a skateboard, which can be worked on right now. The chrome just came out terribly. It's all blotchy. So I could shake, rattle, and roll and see if we can get this chrome to look better. Sorry. This is super loud. I'm not meaning for it to be, it's the way it is right now. Because these chromes, if you don't shake them well, they don't write well. Now, this is the old one, and this is the new one. So let's hit it with that chrome life. I just have to color it in. Because if I stop and don't color it in, it'll start getting sticky. And that's what we don't want when we're doing this mirror finish, is it to get sticky. It's hard to tell what you're doing really with this chrome, because I'm trying to key in, plus the line works in gray, so that makes it a little bit even more tricky. I just wonder if I came back in with the one that doesn't have as much chrome, just to kind of help blend a little bit, just to make it look that much better. I either want it to look mirror finishy everywhere, or at least be the same color. still kind of weird. It's a big space to mirror. I might need to do it one more time. Let's put some crazy color in between the purple and this lime green. Looking for that definition, really. How do I define all this stuff? What color do I put next to it to keep it separated? You know? On the skateboard always moves. It's like its favorite thing. I think I'm going to do the bottom side with yellow for this part. Also, I want this neon yellow that we have here. I want it to like make fake drips. Should that green be the same color as the other green? Would that make it better? Probably. More closer to that color of green. Just don't know. I feel like we lose something up there. just a little bit of green outline before we turn into light green. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna drop a bunch of dark green in here to kind of line this out. And then we're going to quick kind of blend with our, oh dear. They're so unpredictable, really. Can never figure out what this is going to do. But what's good about this is I saw this technique where this girl took just a regular old toothbrush or paintbrush and she was able to shade quite nicely, which I'm not able to do, but she was able to do it. She did a much better job than I did. That's why she's a professional artist, and I'm just a terrible artist. Although all that can be argued. I just don't know how to bit shading in that direction without making it like exponentially lighter every time oh well, I should keep a dark color on one side at least. That might be helpful. Is that a little bit better? Yeah. It gives it a little bit more depth there. Now what's going to go behind the chrome? I want to say black. That's where I want to go. And that might be where we go. Just to be honest. I'll put the reflection on them later. Go the solid black. We have our two dots for this guy. For eyes. It's got that triangle nose. It's pretty much the solid version of him. I guess we could. We've tried this before. I didn't like it. We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try to put blue around him. Give him detail. also have to finish off the dome. I shake up both of these. What time is it? It's already 9:02. Dang. That was a quick hour. It's crazy how fast time goes by. Sometimes. Then other times it's just like slow as molasses. Come on, Gray. You can do it. You're my boy, Blue. Need you to keep giving me continuous flow. Whoops. And see, here's an issue we're running into. Actually, this color came out really cool in real life. Pretty much this whole thing right here, though, technically is still white because there's skull in there. It's just really gray. And I do need to make like a light pink for, there's like all kinds of things I kind of need to do here. Let's see. Let's see if I can make like a light pink that I can brush on. I'm gonna cheat. Give myself some paint. Give myself just a hair of liquid. Nope. Liquid white. Because I need. Oh, that's too much. Grab a paintbrush. We just need to like. No? I don't know, I just feel like I should give it something. It's okay if it's a no, because I can fix it. I think it would help if that was all pink down to about there, but then I'm really kind of cutting everything else short. It's fine. Just wanted to try that as an experiment. Didn't work. It would be nice to put a little bit of pink tint, but I think the white helps it pop a lot, so I'm trying to keep that vibrant color going. I like really wish this the copy needs to start to dry so I can do the transfer. I have soccer practice after school tomorrow, but no more Call of Duty streams for the next couple weeks on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays because of soccer practice. So you can blame soccer practice and not being able to stream as much on each other. Some depth in here. I don't know if that's necessary. It seems like two light colors need to be separated by a dark color. Just putting in some real fine detail like you'll never be able to see, at least from that distance. Just trying to give a little bit of depth, more depth to our water there. Just splash. I don't know if I made it worse or better. I don't know. Somebody will like this, maybe. And if nobody likes it, that's okay too. I think we gotta black out like this chrome automobile. That makes it stand out more. I think that's also going to have to happen to the canopy. There's so much wet paint here though right now, so I'm really trying not to I don't know. I think I messed it up somewhere in here. I'll probably have to use some blue or something to fix that. I do want a word bubble though, kind of. And now that I've outlined that in black, what does that mean for the fate of the rest of the board? I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is if I keep playing up in this area, I'm gonna have all colors everywhere. So what I need to do is put this aside, call it a night. No, what I need to do is put this aside and work on a different project. I need to move back to no copy. So sky, dried, looks pretty good. We're gonna go with that. Cool. Am I happy with these dimensions? I'm pretty happy with these dimensions. I have so much work. It's like so much extra work to do. Okay. Most likely what I want to do I think the giraffe needs to be a little bit smaller. And I think I need to like really draw out that giraffe before I go any farther. So I think tomorrow's objective is to draw out the giraffe, draw out the copy, and then get back to it. I think that's as far as we can get for tonight. Yeah, I better think about it, because now that I have the background done, it's looking good. I better keep it that way. So you know what that means. We are going to call it good for tonight. Um, as always, thanks for coming and joining the live stream. It's fun having people comment and talk about artwork. And happy St. Patrick's Day weekend. I believe that was this weekend. I don't know. I don't drink anymore, so I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day as much as I used to. Trust me, the memories came flooding in from Facebook, and I was like, there's a St. Patrick's Day I don't remember. So, and usually from parties at my house from back in the day when I used to do things. Now I just paint and hang out. Anyways, like I said, thanks for joining me. We'll be back here tomorrow doing the normal picking of a new subject, whether it be a giant panda or a gorilla. We haven't had any of the primate species other than the tarsier. And also I might switch projects to not just paint projects, but to other projects in the next coming weeks, where we're working on a different project every week, but not necessarily a paint involved project. Because painting is a lot of work. It's hard to get this many paintings done in a week, especially while, working and doing your normal life type stuff. So I'm going to try to get a better handle on things and maybe come up with some art activities that are interesting and that maybe no one really does. Some triptych paintings and or some triptych drawings and some other cool ideas for creativity and building artwork and making stuff and different ideas. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys have a great evening and a good start to your week, because tomorrow's Monday. So goodbye for Sunday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on Monday. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.